Hi, my name is Janette Heffernan. I'm a TV producer. Director's commentary for paper repair. I'm passionate about making do-it-yourself movies and documentaries. Anyone can make a movie if they have a camcorder and a basic edit program. Nothing fancy is required. But, and it is a big but, you do need an interesting topic if you're going to spend hours and hours putting your movie together. I've been lucky to be able to film Peter Goodwin, a master bookbinder of the old school, for posterity. I go for content. I should love to have a full film crew and lots of equipment, but sometimes it's not possible or necessary. In this case, Peter's bindery is so small I couldn't get a light or a large camera into it even if I wanted. The important thing is to film as much of Peter's craft as is possible for future generations. To encourage you to have a go, I have a short series of YouTubes on my secret garden, all twinned with director's commentaries like this. You do need to know the basics first. I explain the basics of video production on my DIYTV DVD. So these tips are extras. By accident, this item filmed just for YouTube is a very good example of what should be avoided technically if you possibly can, and I asked Peter if I could share this with you. Peter is a natural TV presenter, but he's not a professional. He hates doing anything twice, and that makes it hard for me because I've no take two. I have to go with what I've got first time. On this occasion, I forgot the extension cable for the clip mic. I ought to have come back another day, but Peter was all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, so I decided to go using the mic in the camera. This, as any professional technician will tell you, is not a good idea. In fact, you should never do it. All cameras, whatever the manufacturers tell you, were, and the inside mic picks up all the noise. You need either a clip mic or an external mic that alleviates the hum. The first section of this movie illustrates this perfectly. You can hear the camera whirring away for Africa. I edited this on Final Cut Pro, so I was able to push the sound levels up considerably. This item is for YouTube, so I didn't have to worry about compressing the soundtrack for broadcast quality. The audio levels on Final Cut went bright orange with horror. Even so, the voice is muted and I was unable to put a music track underneath as I usually do. Part 2, a few days later, is back to the clip mic, and you can hear the difference. I put in a short musical break. Hopefully the change isn't too obvious and the audience leave with a good sound ringing in their ears. Listen on, you can hear the whir.
A weak area on this corner here. I'll also lay a piece of tissue over there. And then the next thing to do is just leave it for, well, it's now Friday, so we'll leave it over the weekend to dry out. Look out for the new shirt. We left off our filming last week, putting the envelope we repaired between boards to dry out. Well, of course, with all the heat of the New Zealand summer, it is now dry.
I use iMovie for YouTube items like this, as it works well with uncompressed audio and video. Final Cut is set up for broadcast quality work, and it lets you know when luma or sound levels have been breached. With iMovie, I don't have to feel guilty about the red lights flashing to tell me I've overstepped the audio limit, or my luma levels are off the scale. Computers don't mind sound being high quality, whites being white, and blacks being black, although I must admit I don't like my blacks being crushed. In the title shot, the blacks are a bit crushed, but I can live with it. At an Adobe seminar, the guru recommended that sound should never be compressed for web-based videos. Use the highest quality you can. Adobe Premiere, or Adobe Premiere Elements, which is a scaled-down version of the professional video editor, is really good for YouTube. It makes uploading so easy, as the Adobe Flash Player is the one YouTube uses, so it has no settings problems. But I use QuickTime Movies with my own settings, and I get a good result. Lastly, I find iMovie is good for short items of say 5 minutes. After that, for me, it gets temperamental and slow if the movie is heavily edited. And do remember to save your work after each cut on iMovie, or you will lose the lot. It goes up in a puff of smoke. And of course, remember to take the clip mic extension cable, or you too may have to use the mic inside the camera. Good shooting.